Morarji Desai didn't get the opportunity to serve the nation for long as the Prime Minister. The Janata Party had become one single unit opposing Indira Gandhi. But once they came into power, they started to fight among themselves. Because of the internal conflict, within 2 years, the Morarji Desai government fell and once again Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister. She was followed by her son Rajiv Gandhi.
आपके जेब में मोबाइल फोन है, वो जिससे आपका नाम क्या है, जिससे फोटो ले रहे हो, हाँ? ये आपको कैसे मिला? नहीं, राजीव गांधी ने नहीं दिया। मैं आपको बताता हूं कैसे मिला। राजीव गांधी ने आपकी आवाज सुनी। राजीव गांधी आपके पास गया और उसने आपसे पूछा, भैया क्या मुश्किल है? और आपने राजीव गांधी को बताया कि यहां हमारी आवाज कोई नहीं सुन रहा, इसलिए आपके हाथों में मोबाइल फोन आया।
Rahul Gandhi, in his speeches, wanted to remind the people of India the information and technology that changed the fate of Indians forever was brought to India by initiatives taken by Rajiv Gandhi. To know Rajiv's exact contribution, we have to go back to the era when supercomputers made their way to India. The time when Rajiv Gandhi made a historic decision. The Weather Department of India needed a supercomputer to give accurate forecasts. For this purpose, India imported its first supercomputer from America. But when India's requirements increased, America started making excuses in the name of defense threats. America's non-cooperative attitude was taken as a challenge by Rajiv Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi wanted to develop indigenous supercomputers in India, and he also wanted the common people of India to benefit from computers. To achieve the computer revolution, several establishments were inaugurated, and in just 3 years, India made its first supercomputer, Param 8000 supercomputer. This was just the beginning. Soon, inexpensive computers were being made available in India, but the road ahead wasn't rosy. The very revolution Rajiv Gandhi wanted to bring forward with the computers was opposed by the opposition. They termed the computer revolution a man-eater, a device which would do away with employment opportunities for thousands of people in India. Even today, the Congress party boasts of Rajiv Gandhi's far-sighted vision. He sidelined all the opposition and went ahead with his computer revolution agenda. Soon, India was swept away by the computer revolution. Private companies, BPOs started making use of computers, and now India boasts of one of the biggest IT hubs in the world. After this began the telecom revolution. Remotest villages were connected using PCOs or public calling booths.
For the first time, we find that results are actually showing. Technology is arriving where it's meant to go and where it's best, where it's most needed, to the weakest people in our country.
Rajiv started growing like a prominent leader. However, he lost the Lok Sabha elections in 1989. The main reason for this is believed to be the number of scams and corruption charges levelled against the Congress during his tenure. The agitation against Rajiv Gandhi-led government was led by VP Singh. When Congress fell in the Lok Sabha elections, he swore in as the Prime Minister. People had a lot of expectations. They hoped the increasing corruption rampant in India would come to an end. Well, he couldn't put an end to corruption, but a single decision made by him changed India's course forever. This agitation against the decision made by VP Singh. To facilitate the backward classes, he introduced the Mandal Commission. As per this act, the backward classes would get a reservation of 27% in government jobs. Questions were raised about this historic decision. Students started fearing that because of the reservation, their rights will be encroached upon. Heated agitations broke out across India. To bring normalcy, the Supreme Court stayed the Mandal report. But after 2 years, the Supreme Court gave a nod to VP Singh's decision. They announced 27% reservation for the backward classes. And until this day, the Mandal Commission is disputed by many.
major decision taken by India has a background story behind it. In the same era, another important step was taken, a step to stabilize the financial condition of India. It was 1991 and the Prime Minister was Narasimha Rao.
In the year 1991, America and its allies were waging a war on Iraq. Because of the war, the price of crude oil skyrocketed, and because of the rising prices and existing crisis, India was almost running out of foreign currency. During this time of crisis, Prime Minister Chandrasekhar made an important decision, borrowing money from foreign banks in exchange of gold. The decision didn't go down too well with the people of India. When the country was under enormous stress, P.V. Narasimha Rao swore in as the Prime Minister. His biggest challenge was to bring India back on its feet from the financial crisis. Narasimha Rao made Manmohan Singh the Finance Minister. Rao had made up his mind to take big initiatives. Just 1 month after the government was formed, in his budget, Manmohan Singh announced India's plans of opening the economy to invite foreign direct investment. Until this day, we are reaping the benefits of this aggressive industrial revolution. After Narasimha Rao, Deve Gowda tried his best to walk on the same path. He was elected the Prime Minister under a coalition government. With no majority, it was nearly impossible for the Deve Gowda-led government to take any major decisions. Despite all odds in the budget, Chidambaram announced several reforms to maximize production, employment and growth. Corporate tax was removed, tax imposed on the common man was also relaxed. The budget was called India's Dream Budget. Deve Gowda's government didn't last for long, but until today, we are using a similar tax slab. India had slipped into a phase of coalition governments. Vajpayee formed the next government. To increase the rate of development, Vajpayee started a project named National Highways Authority of India. Remotest villages started being connected to cities by road. All the metros were connected by a minimal 4-lane road.
Money raised for this project through various means will be dedicated to a special fund for its implementation and cannot become part of the general budget. Only then will there be credibility in the minds of those who pay for this fund. Additionally, the fund will provide assured continuing finance for this large project.
The project, which began in 2001, finally came to an end in 2011. The NDA was in power only till 2004. But there was no denying the fact that it is their initiative that connected all the places of India by road. A new era began with Vajpayee government, the era of communication and information revolution. During his tenure, he reformed the telecom policy to make mobiles more accessible for the common man. The control of New India was passed on to Manmohan Singh, and he breathed a new life into the world of information technology. Apart from continuing on the path of development, the Manmohan Singh government brought in the Right to Information Act. What is the government doing? How exactly does it function? Where is the tax collected from the electorate being spent? These were questions that everyone had on their minds, but to get answers from the government was nearly impossible. The Supreme Court made the right to information the right of the people of India, but despite that, there was no transparency in the system. It was only in 2005 that the Manmohan Singh government passed the law for the right to information. A few years later, in 2011, emerged a new wave of activists who protested against corruption. They demanded a more transparent system and took the protest against the Manmohan Singh-led UPA government. It is believed that the anti-corruption crusaders in a great way contributed to the fall of Congress. Manmohan Singh had to step down after the BJP won a landslide victory in the 2014 general elections. Once again, the spirit of the nation is high. What is the legacy? The Modi government. So what legacy will the Modi government leave behind? A News9 report.